Aqib Talib was sitting in the stands, taking it all in. He sat with Denver faithful, catching his breath and beaming after a 103-yard pick six that put the icing on the metaphorical cake that was the Denver Broncos' 42-17 utter destruction of the Dallas Cowboys. Dez Bryant was sitting on the bench, taking it all in. He sat by himself, exasperated, staring into the distance, who knows where, and in disbelief of what had just happened. As soon as the ball hit Talib's hands on that play, Bryant might as well have walked off the field and taken his spot on the bench. For all we know, he might have. He, much like the Dallas Cowboys as a whole, couldn't do anything to stop the Denver Broncos on Sunday afternoon. The 2016 season was really very simple for the Cowboys. They ran the ball as well as anyone. They controlled the clock. Their quarterback hardly ever turned the ball over because he rarely had to force anything down the field, and opponents had to fear, not respect, fear, the run game. It was a straightforward route to success, a route they rode to a 13-3 regular season record. It's also a route they veered off of on Sunday afternoon against the Broncos, who punked the Cowboys up front on both sides of the ball. It wasn't only a frustrating loss, but one that exposed a lot of potential issues for Dallas. The numbers aren't pretty. Ezekiel Elliott ran for 8 yards. His previous low was 51, which came in his NFL debut, which his team also lost. The Cowboys lost the time of possession battle by nearly 8 minutes. They converted 3 of 14 on third down, while the Broncos converted 9 of 15, including 7 straight at one defining point of the contest. There are 2 big issues, and they go hand in hand. The first, the Cowboys couldn't run the ball, a tenet upon which they are built, so their offense couldn't stay on the field. Denver struggled to stop the run last year and made moves this offseason, the addition of monstrous defensive tackle Pico chief among them, to address that problem. His presence and impact was immense as a simple space eater. The holes Elliott so often and so easily found in his rookie year weren't there on Sunday. Instead, he found the arms of Pico, Derek Wolfe, Von Miller and others who were more than happy to wrestle him to the mile-high turf. And Dak Prescott struggled in the face of a ferocious pass rush and perhaps the league's best secondary. It brought back memories of his 2016 struggles against a similarly talented defense, the New York Giants, against whom he went 0-2, completed just half his passes and tossed 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions last year. He only threw 4 picks all of last season. One big reason for Prescott's success last year was his performance in play action, an area where Pro Football Focus rated him best in the NFL. But when the run game presents little to no threat, as Dallas's did, the play action isn't nearly as effective. And when 4 players can win at the line of scrimmage, as Denver's did, there's no reason to commit extra guys to any concept the opponent may run. Then there's issue number 2, the defensive problems, which were often masked by a dominant offense last year. The Cowboys whiffed on tackle after tackle. They missed assignments. They lost one-on-one matchups. Trevor Siemian looked like John Elway, C.J. Anderson like Terrell Davis. Before Sunday, the Broncos had cracked the 30-point barrier just once, 34 points against Indianapolis in Week 2 of last season, under Siemian. Against Dallas, Siemian and company exploded for 42. Siemian, who most people view, perhaps correctly, as the underwhelming but safe choice over Paxton Lynch, made 2 mistakes on Sunday, an early fumble and later a pick on a play that was a miscommunication from the start. Other than that, he picked apart Dallas's defense with short and medium yardage passes. He posted a quarterback rating of over 114 when targeting Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders. If the Cowboys had a game plan to limit Denver's 2 most proven weapons on the outside, they certainly didn't execute that plan.